We all have one standard when we hit the water, and that's to fish better. Here at One Standard, we've got you covered. We're kicking off today's show with everything you'll ever need to know about dock shooting. Let's hand the microphone over to Jeremy Lawyer as he introduces his approach to targeting boat docks using One Standard products.
Hey everybody, today we're going to be targeting boat docks to catch some crappie. We're going to use the dock shooter head from One Standard alongside several plastics from One Standard. Hopefully we're going to educate you on the setup and everything it takes for you to go experience dock shooting, or if you're a veteran dock shooter, maybe you'll pick a tip up along the way. There we go. We got one to take her that time. Feels like a decent fish too, you know. Oh, it is. It's a nice fish. Pretty one. Look at that one. That is a super nice fish, you know. We're trying to target some fish today that we want to eat. And so a lot of these fish this time of the year are just kind of the middle age group. You know, that's it right there, a 10 and a half, 11 incher, just a nice solid one. We kind of try to leave the brood fish alone. They seem to be out here a little bit deeper and not setting up here where you can target them. And so when we go to fish boat docks right now, we're targeting these for eaters, and that's a perfect fish to eat. We caught him on the old swimmer one. We're gonna put him in the box. We'll get us another one for the grease. There's another nice one there. Boy, I tell you what, he thumped the old line. You can really see it on that orange all-white. Super nice looking fish too, look at that. Yeah, boy. There's another one on the freshwater shrimp. You know, this is a new color from One Standard. I haven't seen it a lot, you know, but right there it is. Kind of a pearl pink with a little flake in it. Call it freshwater shrimp. It's just really something. But that one liked it. All right, so we've made a little color change. You know me. If you've watched before, I like color changes. And we've went from the freshwater shrimp with a natural lead head in the dock shooter to a chartreuse head with spilled milk. You know, that's just something that's a little bit different shade. The water's really clean. We can see about 4 feet. So the chartreuse ones I'm probably gonna lay back on something more natural than the spilled milk. Hopefully it's gonna fit the bill, but we're gonna see if we can get us a bite or two on it. The color change most of the time definitely does not disappoint. There we go. We got one to bite. Feels like a nice one. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, they know where that shade is and everything. That's a nice little eater right there. Nothing wrong with that. That's a black crappie. We've been catching several white crappie, but there's a nice little black crappie. And we're gonna target these fish back down here to eat today. So we're trying to target those fish that are 10 and a half, you know, 10-inch length limit on this lake. We just wanna catch some fish that are of age to keep and have us a fish fry. There's another nice one. Boy, they're back in there in that shady spot. There's a good group of them. It's kind of got me around something there. Yeah, look at that. Old fatty. Come here, boy. Yeah, looky there. Now this is the day we're shooting the swimmer one on this one right here. And you know, this is designed to actually be kind of a swim bait, but we're putting it on an 1/8 ounce dock head and a 1/16 ounce dock head. The dock head has a black nickel straight shank O'Shaughnessy style hook in it. Because of the fact that they're in such a tight spot, that it's hard to get a hook set with enough force. So with that straight shank right there like that, you more or less tighten the line and lean back, especially like we're using Sunline All Might braid. There's not a lot of stretch. And so when you do that, it drives that fish, that hook right into the roof of the fish's mouth. But to rig that up, you're just gonna simply take and stick it in the end of whichever bait you choose, like a swimmer one here. And then the very first turn, you're gonna push and kind of ease it up on there. And after that, you just spin it, and the keeper actually keeps it right up on the bait, nice and clean, and you don't have to worry about it coming off. So when like you shoot it in there, and the force of the water and everything has a tendency just to yank your bait down. Well, with the dock shooter, we solved that, put a corkscrew on it, and it's gonna allow it to actually stay up on there. When you do make that perfect cast, it's gonna count because your bait's not gonna foul. There's another one. Well, I'll tell you what, there's a pile of them inside there. See what I'm saying about not being able to set the hook too good because you're around stuff way down in there and everything? And that's where the combination of the dock rod and the shooter head is still gonna allow you to catch that fish, even though you couldn't get a good hook set. And boy, I tell you what, that right there is gonna go see some Uncle Bucks in the grease. You know, one thing, keep in mind when you're dock shooting, it's really hard to stand up and angle your rod down and get you distance. It is a little bit of a pain, but you really need to either get on your knees or just squat down. Because when you shoot, you want your rod level, and that way the tip shoots the bait in there. If you've got it all pointing at the water because you're standing up, it's not gonna work. You've gotta be horizontal to the water to get that skipping action and get some distance out of it. But it'll make things a lot easier when you're dock shooting.
This segment was brought to you by the brand new One Standard Swimmer One swim bait. Head on over to onestandardfishing.com to order your Swimmer One today and start fishing better. We're back on the water for more dock shooting action, and it looks like Jeremy has just situated himself atop a nice school of crappie.
Well, if these fish keep biting like this right here, we're gonna fish here in the shade all day. Now this is a good one. This is a really nice fish right here. Get up in here. What's a big old black one right there? I mean, you can't beat this. We're in the shade. It's a hot day, catching big old slabs on the dock shooter. Man, I mean, you can't beat that. Hooked him right in the roof of the mouth. That's a really good one. We're actually after some eater fish today. As good as that one is, we're just gonna let it go ahead and live and turn it loose. But I'm glad she come along. There's a nice one right there. I saw it on the scope come. I mean, it raced out of there and ate it. Another one of them big old black ones. Get up in here. Whoo-hoo-hoo, looky there now. I mean, that's a big old black crappie for this part of the country. I mean, a nice one. Gosh dang, it like the old Swimmer One, the dock shooting head. You can see here, it's got that chartreuse head with that spilled milk color. You know, it's a nice combination when you got a little bit of off-colored water, but yet clear. Right there's the results of it. Nice, great, big old black crappie. I mean, that's a nice one right there, long as your arm. But like I said before, we're gonna turn her loose and catch us some to eat. There's another one. We got him kind of out of the things. He's probably not gonna make the team though. He's not gonna make the grease, and he's not gonna make the bragging board. Just one of them in-between ones. You can see here though on this, so right here on the Russell Marine Products flex, look at the ropes going down. All these are crappie. They're all in that structure. Some of the bigger ones are out here to the side, but that right there's a great picture. So that way whenever you shoot your bait in there, you can watch it go down, because you want to have a set of eyes. You want to know where and what that jig's doing. You kind of want to be like John Madden on the old drawing board. See, that way I know right to stop it on those fish right here. And that way, see him chasing it up there. If he'd get it, he's not gonna do it. But you know, if I hadn't known where that was at that time, I'd have just went past him. And I'm gonna tell you right now on crappie, if you go below them, that's an immediate emergency to them, knee jerk that says, I'm not gonna bite it. No bait fish ever goes right below me. You wanna keep it above their heads, looks more natural. So when you're dock shooting, be sure and look and watch your forward-facing sonar so you know how to work that bait, no different as if you were out in open water. There's another one. Now this one feels a little better. This one might make the team. I don't know. Nope, it's not gonna make the team at all. Well, they feel good. Them little black ones are so fat and so healthy that they really feel good whenever you're pulling on them. And so he's a pretty little old guy, but we're gonna try and get his brother. Maybe not his mom, but his brother. We want some for the grease today. Oh man, there's a nice one. Get up in here. Get up in there. Man, I tell you what, we're in a tight spot right here. You can see that we're catching some nice ones. And I wanna give you a tip. When you're in these tight spots, you're catching nice ones, put your power poles halfway down. It'll protect the sides of your boat. It'll protect the dock owner's, property. It'll just keep you from scratching anything. And then secondly, check out the Russell Marine Products motor cover. You can get them for all brands and everything. It's a super nice cover that's going to allow you just to protect your investment. You're not going to scratch anything back here, and you're going to continue to have fun and catch them big slabs. Now, I'm going to put him in there to take the Uncle Buck grease train. We're going to catch us another one. Boy, I tell you what, here's a nice one, but I think it's the wrong caliber. Oh, it's not. It's a big old crappie. Fooled me. Gosh dang, that's a nice one. Big old black one. Yeah, boy, look at that. I'll tell you what, it's been a fun day. You know, that's another one right there that we're gonna go ahead and let go. We've got more than we need to eat tonight. But that just shows you right there that if you'll have the patience and learn to dock shoot, it's a great technique. It's a fun way to get out with the whole family. It's a great way to have a fish fry. It's just another technique to put in your arsenal. No matter what part of the country you're in, it's gonna work for you. So I hope you enjoyed it. We're gonna turn this one back and we're gonna head to the house.
When we come back, we're switching gears and switching baits to see how the One Standard Minnow 1 stacks up against the competition. This segment was brought to you by Russell Marine Products, your #1 marine electronics experts. See why at russellmarineproducts.com.
We're going to utilize a really fun product from One Standard. This is the stacker head. You can see it right here. It's going to allow you to tie 2 jigs on at one time because it's got a double line tie. Your traditional line tie, and then it's got one on the belly of the head, which allows you to put your drop for your second jig. It's really fun to play with. I like to utilize it with possibly 2 different color heads, 2 different styles of baits, whatever it kind of be to kind of tune in what the fish want really quick. We're going to have some fun with the Minnow 1 from One Standard, the 2-inch model, and we're going to put a live minnow on the stacker head. We're going to see if we can catch him on live bait or if the Minnow 1 will outfish live bait. There we go. We got us one right there on the double stack. Hey, looky here. Looky here. Oh, he throwed her minnow off. But he actually bit the One Standard Minnow 1 instead of the live bait. So that's really cool to know. That's our first one. So we're not going to make an assumption just yet, but that's a nice one. And he was on the rubber. So we're going to put us another minnow on there, see what happens on the second drop. Uh-oh. Oh, we got another one. Wonder which one he's on. Oh, look at that. We got him on the minnow. Man, it's a nice one too. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now this one here, he took the live bait. And that is a really nice fish too. That's on the stacker head right there from One Standard. Just lets you utilize those 2 heads. You know, that's really neat to see that the first one bit the Minnow 1 from One Standard and the second one bit live bait. You know, that's really intriguing to me. So we're gonna find out if we catch us another, I don't know, a limit in a day's time, how many of them are on each. But that is a really, really nice crappie. You know, we might have to even change in a minute to a more natural color Minnow 1. See if that makes a difference, depending on how the next few bites go. But it's really cool to just utilize 2 baits at the same time with the stacker head, and this is a fun time. There's one. Now let's see which one he's on. Uh-oh, looky there. He's on the stacker. Or he's not on the stacker, he's on the Minnow 1. He's on the natural bait. So he chose a rubber over a minnow. How about that? He threw her minnow off right there on the water. You can see it. Right there you have it, a really nice crappie. So I think that's 1 on live bait, and then we had 2 crappie on the Minnow 1. There's another one. What we got here? Who's going to take the lead? Oh, look at there. Look at that. So he chose the One Standard Minnow 1 and June Bug Shardy over a shiner. Look at that. He's jumping around like crazy. I'll be dang. I guess that just shows you sometimes we don't know everything, but that's a nice one. We're not going to keep any today. We've got plenty in the freezer, but This is really a good time. I'm learning a lot today. You would never thought that rubber would outfish live bait, but so far it's in the lead. It's not over with yet though. All right, so when you tie up your stacker head, you want to have the stacker being the lightest of the two or equal. You don't want to have a 1/8 ounce stacker and a 1/16 ounce bait head, because the stacker's going to try and outrun and they're going to tumble through the water column. Like right here, you can see all our fish on the Russell Marine Flex. See how those two fall in conjunction with one another? That's the way you want it to do. You want them to fall uniform, just like that. And so that's probably the biggest tip I can give you while you're using the stacker head, is just to make sure that your weight is in conjunction with one another, so they just fall nice and uniform like that. We're gonna send it right down into the pile there, see which one gets bit. Here we go. All right, this one feels like a big one. Oh, it is. Oh, I'll be dang. Look at this right here. The Minnow 1, it's getting a commanding lead now. So I don't know what we're gonna go to, best of 21 maybe, limit's 15. But right there, it's 3-1. So we got them kind of fired up here. Maybe we'll throw the Minnow a bone and get right back in there while they're kind of fired up.
This segment of One Standard Fishing with Jeremy Lawyer was brought to you by Pro Guide Batteries, power perfected since 1980. Welcome back to the One Standard versus Shiner showdown. The Minnow 1 has proved itself to be a dominating force on the water today, as the crappie have been eating it up and leaving the live bait in its wake. Will the live minnows catch up to One Standard's irresistible bait profile of the Minnow 1? Let's find out.
There we go, what we got here? One more time, holy cow, look at this, that's unbelievable. There's the Minnow 1 right there, taking the commanding lead, 4-1. We'll even throw a half bonus for the white bass. We'll say 4 to 1.5. But right there, June bug shardy just took a commanding lead from the live shiner with a big old slab crappie right there. I'm gonna have to maybe think about the way that I think about crappie and live bait from this point on. But that's fun. Let's try it one more time. We'll go best of 10. Here we go. Got one to eat it. What we got here? Oh, yeah. Look at here. Those shiner's gonna get a little love. He needs it, he's behind. He's behind. 4-1, now it's 4-2. But right there, he definitely chose it. You know, I saw him on the scope kind of shoot up there. I didn't see my bait, but I saw him really come off the bottom at the bottom of the structure, and that's why. He had noticed that stacker head up there with the shiner on it, ran up there and got it, you know, so 4-2. I guess that's gonna be maybe a comeback here in the 9th inning. You know, today, in order to utilize this stacker setup and use a live bait on there the way we have, I wanted to make sure and go with the same colors. You know, I chose chartreuse on both of them for a reason. You know, a lot of times throwing this, you know, I like to throw 2 different colors. It just clues you in. You got 2 different baits. Maybe one's better than the other. But to be fair to a shiner against a rubber bait, or the rubber bait next to a shiner, honestly, I just wanted to make sure and have the same colored heads. But as you use the stacker system, don't be afraid to use different colored heads on your applications. Feels like a really good one too. I mean, a really good one. Boy, it is too. Oh man, I'm telling you what, I don't think the shiner can come back from that right there. You know, I think that's 8-5 or 9-21 or whatever it is. I've lost count. But I tell you what, that just goes to prove right there that sometimes they just don't want live bait. I don't know if maybe it's the action, the silhouette, whatever it is, but it's been fun filming this and everything. Just as far as opening my eyes to what I thought I knew about crappie. So have an open mind, get you some stacker heads, have some fun with it, catch you some slabs. That's a nice one right there. Oh boy, yes sir. I tell you what, if I'd been a betting man, I'd have lost the bet today, because I've never seen in my life live bait get outfished, but I witnessed it today and I was running the operation. Right there it is, the stacker head. It doesn't get any more real than that. That's been fun right there. Oh man, looks like a big one too. Feels like a big one. He's got the old Denali bode. Oh golly, look at that. One more time. And that was a brand new fresh minnow. So I don't know what to tell the old shiner today. He had every opportunity to catch him. And the fact of the matter is the old minnow one from One Standard just flat out outfished him. But yeah, I bet he'll get even another day.
Today was definitely not the day for live bait, but what a testament to the One Standard Stackerhead and Minnow 1 combo. We're walking away with the knowledge that whether you're creeping up on crappie converging at the docks or fishing open water over brush piles, we can guarantee that utilizing our wide variety of One Standard products will make your day on the water more successful. Be sure to follow us on our social media platforms for additional content and to stay in the know for when we release new, innovative products. Until next time, keep on fishing with One Standard in mind, to fish better.